Hey there, we are Rev and Sam of What Yacht To Do. We have done the Great Loop 2 times. Join us now on a tale of 2 loops as we compare both of our loop journeys.
In this particular video, we're going to take you from Hammond, Indiana, down to Peoria, Illinois. It's a distance of 171 miles and it's 4 trips. And it starts on Friday the 13th, so anything can happen.
You will get to see all the industrial sites along the way, as well as communicating with barges and passing them.
What happens when a lock closes for thunderstorms, and having somebody raft off of you in a lock.
We'll also celebrate Sam's birthday along the way.
And on my birthday, we lose our bow thruster in a lock.
That's a terrible present.
So we'll see if we can get that repaired in Peoria when we stop.
See the full trip videos 50 through 53 on our channel, and also go to our website whatyachttodo.com and look under First Loop Route.
So let's get started.
How you doing there, Sam?
Oh, this morning is Friday the 13th.
Oh my goodness! That's why all this is happening.
Yeah, we got out of the slip and ball came loose. Had to kind of get Rev back off to get a ball. Then we got out there and we had an old barge kind of standing there. So he moved out of the way. Actually, he didn't move out of the way. He gave us a way to get out of there and guided us out. And now we're waiting for a bridge, our very first bridge opening here. It's industrial, so industrial.
See these buildings, smokestacks, barges, bridges. This route from Hammond to Joliet, how many bridges would you say we went under? It's more bridges than I have ever seen.
It's a lot of bridges. And the restrictive bridge on this route is for the taller vessels is 19.7 feet. And there were some vessels that had to wait until the water went down so that they could get under it. We had no problem. We had figured it out.
Well, tell them why we had no problem.
Oh, yes. That was another Friday the 13th. As we got there, because of the winds and the weather, we had forgotten to take our weather vane down and our anchor light, fold them down. So once we figured that out, we maneuvered to a spot where Rev could get out safely.
I crawled up the porthole in the ceiling in the bridge, went out on the top of our boat, folded down the weather vane, folded down the anchor light. So then we truly were at 17 feet.
And you made 2 trips up there because the first time
That's true.
she put the weather vane forward and it was like, that's not the right way. So she had to go back up through the hole again. I mean, it's Friday the 13th.
Well,
what can you expect?
I know.
And a full moon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
And
so-
people acted crazy on the full moon. As we were going through Joliet, shout out to Dale, who operates one of the bridges. When we talked to him, he was operating the Cass Street Bridge and making it go up and down for the traffic. But thanks for contacting us, Dale.
Well, you folks ought to know what Yacht To Do.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks for the
stay
contact.
safe out there.
Yeah, stay safe. And we got onto the wall, and one of
It's a free wall that
Yeah.
had power, so we were just able to hook up our boat to the. Yeah.
I think a total of about 10 boats that night.
Hello there. We just left
Good morning.
Joliet, the free wall. They did have power, which was fantastic. And so we stayed there. We got there late yesterday, and we're out bright and early this morning. Currently, Sam is working on fighting the current. We are waiting for this bridge to open in about 5 minutes. So idle time 3 is up there fighting the current as well. We're trying to hang tough. Behind us we have North Star, and behind them is Amazing Grace. So we got a whole bunch of boats here waiting to go out this morning. Now it's going to be a long day. We have 3 locks to go through, hopefully, before we get to our destination.
And we don't know what our destination is going to be because we don't know how long the locks are going to take us.
Right.
So it is toward the unknown.
Flying by the seat of our pants right now. So this is some of the traffic we've been dealing with today. Look at this barge. Got a barge here. We've seen jet skis. We've seen little boats, big boats, everything you could imagine today.
Well, we didn't get through 3 locks.
We tried.
We tried, and a number of factors. We couldn't get through the Marseilles lock.
Why?
It was going to be 5 o'clock until they could get us locked through.
Right.
They told us that at 1 o'clock. So wait for 4 hours and maybe get through at 5 o'clock, maybe get through at 7 o'clock, and then get to the marina that we had reservations at 9 o'clock at night and a 12-hour day. Well, hey, you know what? It's supposed to be pleasure boating. So we
Right.
looked for an alternative. I coordinated for an alternative to get into this marina, which is Springbrook Marina. It is about 6.5 to 7 miles upstream of the Marseilles lock. And our plan was to stay here one night, get up early this morning
At 3:30.
3:30 in the morning, get underway.
And we did.
At
We set the
4:15.
alarm.
Yeah.
We got up. We went out. It was sprinkling. Sam and I had our, raincoats on. We unhooked the power and noticed nobody else was moving around.
Yes, and so then we found out that the Marseilles lock was closed because they had thunderstorms there, and then we eventually got the thunderstorms. So we went back to bed. But that's life on the river.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've
I
got
guess it is.
2 problem locks to get through, Marseilles and Starved Rock, so stay tuned for how we do it.
Have you been searching for information about America's Great Loop?
The Great Loop is a 6,000-mile journey around the eastern United States and parts of Canada.
Well, I'm Rev.
And I'm Sam. And we had a lot of questions too before we started America's Great Loop, just like you. We started a YouTube channel called What Yacht To Do, and as a result, we received thousands and thousands of comments, messages, and emails.
So we took the top questions, focused on the entire trip, safety, restrictions, limitations, and more.
This Great Loop Q&A session on the journey will help you get focused on all the things you need to know about America's Great Loop.
This morning we have just left Springbrook Marina. Half of it is in Seneca, Illinois. The other half is in Marseilles. And so we just left with a group of, how many boats are we?
I think we got 7 boats, and that was after a delay yesterday for power at the lock. Actually today power, yesterday it was nature's power, it was a thunderstorm.
Thunderstorm, right.
Shut everything down, and so they have locked supposedly all of the southbound tows are through, and they're starting to lock northbound tows through. This morning they had a power delay. But we're underway with 7 boats, and we have a plan to tie 2 boats to the bollards, and then 3 boats raft and a 4-boat raft on there. So we'll see how all this works. But we are hopefully going to get through 2 locks today.
You see the barge, the tow barge right there is in the lock, and so we think he's gonna have to go through, and then it'll come back and it'll pick us all up and we can go through. So we're looking at a bit of a wait here. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, so we have 7.
We are maintaining position here and waiting instructions from our lead boat and just trying to be patient. All right, we are in the Marseilles lock, 10 boats. See a couple behind us here on this side. So I'll walk up here on the bridge and try to give you a bird's eye view on the bridge. What's going on? We got a boat tied up in our port. Idle time over there. He's got a boat tied up on his starboard. And a boat up here and a boat there. Plenty of room. Just a matter of getting it orchestrated with deconflicting the commercial traffic, and also a challenge they've had here today has been electrical issues. So that's where we are. Next stop for a lock will be Starved Rock, which is about, I think about 10 miles away, but don't quote me. All right, we'll update you again. Here from the Marseilles lock in Illinois, and the gates are starting to open.
So we just had this giant barge pass us. I'll show you what that looks like, because that's what it's been all the time. Barges. See that down there? It's giant. Let's see if I can make it better. Oh well. So anyway, take my word for it, it's giant. Hey,
Hey, good morning.
from the bridge.
Of the Here's to Us on America's Great Loop. And we are traveling
Yeah,
today.
where are we going?
Well, we left Spring Valley Yacht Club, where we were with, 5 other boats?
Yep.
Something like that. And they jammed us in there.
So that's a power, I don't know, it smells. We're just about out of the stink zone. So, okay, look at the front.
We did yesterday have a little mechanical challenge we got to work out. Is we lost our bow thruster.
Oh,
A piece of debris went in it, and
That's terrible.
it's not working. I mean, it is electrically intact. However, we think there's a plastic shear pin that came off to protect it. you know, the blades on
Do you
there.
know how
So
to fix it?
I don't know how to fix it, but I haven't gotten the manual out yet, and we'll probably call ahead and see if there's a mechanic there that knows something about it and can do it. So we'll update you a little bit later
Yes.
on the trip.
It's a very uneventful boat ride,
So
just
far, and
like we like
that
it.
way.
So don't want to jinx it.
We are passing the Robert on the one. He's on channel 13. We're talking to him. Kind of following our buddy boat there. And we got another oncoming barge. And the Robert's going to pass him on the one, so we're trying to speed it up and get clear. You can see we're pretty darn close to him, and our depth is still 18.5 here. So we're just kind of nursing it over. Luckily this barge isn't too big. We just got, seems like one deal on there, and then we see another oncoming barge down the river. We're going to pass him on the one as well. So life on the river.
So to get this thing started, Sam used our handheld and called on channel 13. And the captain of the towboat told him which side to pass on. It was easy to figure out because the two boats in front of us passed on the right. But anyway, you gonna tell them we're clear? Oh, you get to see it in action.
Robert, just here's to us. We are clear. Thanks for your help, sir.
Okay, my friend, I just changed mine up. Try to get by that Bill Stewart down here, so let you know I will be behind you, but I'm running a little bit harder now.
All right, push it up.
Take you down to Robert.
Robert. All right.
Okay, so what does that mean?
All right, so he's going to push it up a little bit because he slowed down so we can get past him. And he's just trying to pace himself so he can get by the Bill Stewart, which is up yonder. So
Oh boy.
one more barge. Life on the river.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of A Tale of Two Loops.
Join us next time as we go down the Illinois River 2 years later, where we will pretty much be traveling alone. The water level is going to be a lot lower, and we're going to stay at different places.
So look for fall second loop trips 181 to 184 highlights from Hammond, Indiana to Pekin, Illinois.
Remember that our website, whatyachttodo.com, has all the information you'll need to be able to go around the Great Loop safely.
And be sure, while you're there, sign up for our newsletter.
Just hit sign me up and we'll send you some stuff.